Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. In today's video, I am working on my next spread in my 2018 Project Life album. This spread is going to be for week 32, which covers August 6th to August 12th. And I am going to be using a combination of my August Stories by the Month kit from 2018, in addition to the Stories by the Year kit as well. I just threw in Stories by the Year cards where they made sense, like this title card. So I've got my photos printed, my journaling printed on my cards, which I'll add a tutorial in the description or the post below, a link to that for you if you're interested in learning more about that. And that just leaves me with the stamping, embellishing, and all of the finishing touches. So I'm going to go ahead, get everything set out here on my desk, and then we will get to work. Once I have it done, I'll slow you guys back down and we'll finish out the video for today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've gone ahead and placed my whole spread out here on the table so you can see all of my cards and the journaling and my photos. And essentially what I'm going to be doing is working through some of my embellishments to go ahead and add a few extra details onto some of the pictures for this week's spread. One thing I will mention is that I completed this spread with my physical journaling cards. So I had kept my journaling cards from my 2018 Stories by the Month kits to use when I was documenting inside of my 2018 Project Life. But I have already used up the sets of chipboard stickers. So I just went ahead and used them earlier in my scrapbooking years rather than holding on to those. So because I didn't have anything left over, what I decided to do was print out the digital version of those chipboard stickers and then to add them on top of a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, just a cardstock sheet that I get from scrapbook.com. It is what is the word? Acid-free is what I'm trying to think of. It is acid-free, so it's not going to affect my photos over time. And basically all I do is add a bunch of adhesive to the back of the chipboard pieces, add those on top of the chipboard, and then fussy cut them out. So that way I have the dimensions still, and I can still have the sentiments that went with this month's kit. Another thing I will mention about that is that I print those on matte white photo paper, which I really, really love for using with digital elements because I get the very best color quality with those different elements in the cards when I'm using a matte white photo paper instead of just plain white cardstock. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's talk about some of the embellishments here and then also some of the photos from this week. I am deciding to go with primarily the tag shapes, which I believe were actually from the 2020 digital Stories by the Month kit from August. And then I also have a few other pieces that I pulled from the 2017 kit as well. I had this card that says August details and then has sections to fill out the details from that year, like watching and loving and all of those sorts of things. And it had a space at the top that was blank. So I just pulled a stamp off of my Stories by the Month stamp set. I don't remember what year actually we'll be able to see it. It's from the 2020 physical kit. And then I used 3 different Ali Edwards Crafters inks to stamp the sentiment there at the top, giving it a little bit of the rainbow repetition that you see in the card at the very top that says "For the Love of Story." So I think that worked out really nicely there in the end. And then another thing I'm going to do with these tag shapes is I'm actually going to take my Crop-A-Dile, so my handheld Crop-A-Dile, punch the holes at the top of the tags where, there are holes designated, and then I'm going to use some black and white twine, stringing it through the hole, and then I'll add it with some adhesive onto my photo itself. I love the texture that little bit of twine adds to the spreads, and I just think that it's really nice. When it comes to the stories for this week, it's funny to actually document these weeks so far in the future, where now in 2021, we are in a season of slow, or at least coming out of a season of slow and slowly embracing being a little bit busier. So to look back at this 2018 week where it is jam packed. It almost makes me feel a little anxious at how much we used to do in a single week in the life. Like, it is insane, the difference. It's just night and day between 2018 and 2021. So in this week, Isabella had her very first dentist appointment. So I took some pictures of her getting her teeth cleaned. She loves doing things like going to the dentist. It makes her feel really proud that she can be a big girl, and then she gets a little treasure at the end and all that kind of stuff. So I was really proud of her. I've also got some pictures from a day where Aaron and I walked downtown with Isabella to get some ice cream. It was most likely a Thursday. I don't remember at this point in time. But Thursdays here in our town, there's always like some summer festivities happening. So I'm sure we walked down to go get ice cream then. I've got a picture of our completed nursery. So we had gotten it all the way put together. I was due at the very beginning of October, so it was important to us to have that done in August so that we could just add in the things that we would be purchasing prior to Jonah being born, and then, just to have that reassurance that his room was ready for him whenever he did come. Then on the right side of the spread, I've got some pictures from a day at the lake with my family. My parents used to live on the lake, and so we enjoyed going over, hanging out with them on their pontoon, and then swimming in the lake with some extended family as well. The picture at the bottom is of Aaron and his twin brother. They ran a race in Milford here in Michigan in the month of August. And then after the race, we took the kids to the zoo. So you can see the picture of them in their running gear, and then a bunch of pictures of us at the zoo. So it's just crazy. Like, we had a dentist appointment, a walk to town for ice cream, finishing up the nursery, hanging out in the lake, going to run a race, and then also going and spending a day at the zoo. Like, that is just an insane amount of things in 1 week. And not to mention that during this whole time, I was, I believe, 7 months pregnant. So it's just like, wow, what a difference a couple of years can make, right? And like, what a difference life and things that happen on a global scale can make, because it's just crazy. So I'm going to add a couple of puffy stickers onto this spread, and then once all of those are into position, we will call this spread done. All right, friends, that finishes my spread for today. So this one turned out really fun. Again, I just love those August Stories by the Month colors. They're so bright and cheerful. And I was extremely happy to use up the remaining bits of those puffy heart stickers from the quarterly scrapbooking kit with the theme of hearts that was from Allie Edwards. So that was really fun. Every 4x6 card pretty much got one, and it worked out perfectly. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this spread come together, and I hope that this inspires you to pull out some of your older projects and see if you can get a page or two done in those albums. I am going to be back again next week working in the same album. I will just be working on week 32, I believe. So from now on, we're just weekly, and we're going to go right in a row until we get all the way to the end of 2018. So we've got August, September, October, November, and December to go. All right, friends. Well, until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.